Very exciting. And I think that's a good lead into our next question, which is also for all of you, which is why do you think robotics is a good way to teach STEM? We just talked about why STEM is important and what kind of methods people are trying out, and robotics is certainly very popular now. Tell me about that. Whoever wants to go first.
I can pop in here. I'm a robot nerd. I love it. It's become a passion of mine. And what I've seen being able to use robotics both before and after school in programs and competitive teams, as well as infusing it into the classrooms with schools, is it's very hands-on. It's very tangible. And what we see, we talk about it all the time, but there is no one way to actually build or code or manipulate a robot to solve whatever task is. And so what I love about it is we're able to tap into the creative geniuses and the problem-solving skills that kids have. I mean, we work with kids. Some kids are amazing hands-on. They can build and make anything. There's other kids that can see the solutions in their brain, but they can't always maybe make it. And so kids are able to tap into what they're really good at. There's other kids that can draft and draw and do things on the computer, but maybe they're not very good at coding. And there's other kids that speak and write the coding language better than a foreign language. And so you see all these different elements. And then what I love about that is that it opens the eyes and opens the doors to kids that go, all these things are possibilities of what we need in the world. And there's not one way to do a robot or make a robot or have a robot curriculum, but we need all of these ideas. And they start to build that and see that start to happen, and then you can start to move those conversations into other playing fields. And robots just happen to be amazing little tool and gimmick that hook a lot of kids, and the price level's going down, and the sky is just the limit. I mean, there's that organization now making those huge mecha robots that are like tossing cars and doing everything else, and there's like the sky is just the limit with what we're able to do. And so that's what I love about it. It's a great entry point, but the sky's the limit in terms of how far and how deep you can dive into it.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah,
I'll jump in next.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say is, I mean, number one, robots are cool, and not that it was the first one, but Meredith has R2-D2 next to her, and you know, and that's what I think. You know, cool robots. I think R2-D2 and C3PO, and kids get excited about robots, and you know, it may or may not be hard to get kids excited about learning or science and engineering, but if you can use robots as the medium to get kids hooked into science and engineering and technology and mathematics education, then hey, that's half the battle. And then as Aaron was saying, there's just so much you can do with robots, whether it's the programming or whether it's the building or the systems design or even the computer simulations and modeling of things. And really, with so many low-end platforms, what's great is that little Lego robot can be a model for a big robot. And sure, the kids aren't going to build, you know, a Godzilla-sized robot, but they can model those things. And it really takes modeling down and puts it into the hands of the kids.
Yeah, I'll jump in here. Obviously, agreeing with lots of what Aaron and Gary have said here. I think for me, where it gets really exciting, right, is it robotics and lots of engineering work, right? It really flips the game of school for kids, right? Because instead of, you know, me, the teacher, telling you that the answer you wrote down is right or wrong, you can actually get real feedback, right? Does my line follower work? Is it following the line, right? Is my robot that serves you tea actually holding the cup, right? You can actually get feedback from the robot and learn kind of your own process. And I think that's what's so scary about some of the things that are happening in schools these days, right? Is it's all about memorization and kids learning, you know, that they have to ask, you know, this authority figure about what things are right or wrong, right? And when you get into the real world, nobody does that for you. So robotics is just really great for them to really dig in there, right, and think about all those ideas because they're getting real feedback from the tool, right? And that's something, you know, that's that the physical thing of robots does that's actually hard to do sometimes in other disciplines. So it's a really, really great and powerful starting point.